Greetings from the North Georgia mountains. It's a beautiful evening out. We're currently on the world famous Appalachian Trail. That's it right there. We're headed southbound in search of a hot tent campsite. We're going to spend the night on the mountain next to the wood stove. The temperatures are supposed to drop nice and low. We're getting some early fall color. It's a beautiful evening. It's going to be an outstanding trip, and as always, you're more than welcome to come along. Alright, looks like this is it. Not a bad little spot. I think I'll pitch the hot tent right over there in this grassy area. Pretty awesome view. So the sun is setting behind me, which means it's going to rise somewhere over there. Okay, so I have the tent pretty much set up. Before I assemble the stove and the stovepipe, I'm going to cut 4 secondary stakes. I've got stakes for all 4 corners, but it pitches better when there's 8 stakes. So I'm going to make 4 more out of wood. I don't know if I mentioned before, but we're right at 31 pounds with food and water right now, which isn't bad, but I'm going kind of lightweight, which is why I'm making stakes. Alright, so this is what I've made here. Nothing fancy, just this little basic peg. I've got my Mora companion with me, and also a brand new Silky Pocket Boy Curve. It's the 170 millimeter. And I've upgraded from the F180. It's a bit more of a durable saw. It's not as light as the F180 is. The F180 is only 4 ounces. I don't recall the weight of this one. It's slightly heavier. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah, I'm going to get a lot of use out of this saw. And the thing I like about it the most is it folds down small and I can put it in my pocket. So if I'm walking down the trail and I see a low hanging branch, I can just pull it out. I don't have to assemble it. I just pop it open and yeah, there I go. So anyway, the tent is set up. And I don't know that I could have picked a nicer location in this little area here. It's perfect. So I am going to save setting up the stove for last. I'm going to go get wood first. That way I've got plenty of wood when the stove is set up. So let's do that next. That's what I've got so far. Not a whole lot. The saw, however, is working outstanding. But I think what I'm going to do is take a big chunk out of this right here. I can probably cut that little piece off. It's a bit later now. Got a nice little fire going in the stove. Sun's about down. And we get a nice clear view off in that direction. Very nice. So yeah, it's about 7:30. I think we left the truck about 4:30. So we've been here about 3 hours, just hanging out. And it's been an enjoyable time so far. And now that I'm completely set up and established, I think I'm going to possibly make a hot cup of tea, sit back and enjoy that fire. Okay, so it's a bit later now. We've got a nice fire going. It's pretty much dark. I gotta be honest, it's pretty cold outside. So I'm glad I'm sitting in here next to the fire. I went out there, check out the view. You can see lights down in the towns below, which is really cool. But yeah, I've just been relaxing. Brought some food to eat. I brought macaroni and cheese. But before I left, I had almost a full pizza. I actually brought 2 pieces that were left over along with me in my food bag, and I'm not even sure if I'm hungry enough to eat those. So I may cook, I don't know, I may just snack. That's also a possibility. But one thing I'm going to do for sure is relax. I forgot to mention another one of the pieces of gear I'm testing is the R1 hoodie by Patagonia. This is the newer version. It's not the old tech version. This is more of a casual wear version, I guess. And you can't really see it in the dark, of course. But I've been wearing it for about a week now. I absolutely love it. I've hiked in it twice. Wore it pretty much all the way up here. Great breathability. Great breathability as well as wind protection. Good warmth with this piece. It's only really about an ounce more than the old R1. And I think I like it a little better, actually. I tried both of them on. I was on the fence between the two, and I went with the newer version. And so far, I absolutely love it. Only time will tell after I field test it a few times to see whether I continue to love it, but I think I'm sold. I really, really like this piece of clothing. I'm very happy with it, and if anything bad happens with it, if it fails in any way in the future, I'll definitely let you know. Okay, it's pretty much bedtime. It's been a great evening. I've really enjoyed it out here tonight. Now stick around because in the morning there's probably going to be a sunrise if it's not clouded over. It's a great spot for it, so I'll definitely be up early because good morning. Got a little bit chilly this morning. I wasn't really cold in my Sea to Summit Traveler, but I was definitely at the lower comfort limit. And when I went outside this morning to pee, I had to talk myself into it. But it's warm in here now. Got a nice fire going. Drinking some hot coffee. It's about 6:45. It hasn't really been getting light until about maybe 7:15, so it's clear out there, so we should get a pretty nice sunrise. So stick around and we'll check it out. Well, that might be it as far as the sunrise goes. It might be another hour or so before it comes over this ridge over here. I don't know. It's definitely light out. I can hear hunting dogs down in the valley. It's bear season. Bow season for bears, I guess. But yeah, that's what we're looking at over there. Not any clouds in the sky, so I think when the sun comes up, it's just going to be a big, giant orange ball. But I think I'm just I'm letting the stove die down. I pretty much threw all the wood that I got last night. And I'm just going to let it die down and start packing up, I guess. And If anything spectacular happens with the sun over there, I'll bring you back.